Welcome back to Here Come the Details. This week, Josh sits down with his pal Lizzy Cooperman to discuss the topic of mysticism. Lizzy is a writer, actor, and comedian out on a U.S. stand-up tour. Some of the humor falls into the mature rating, so please be advised and enjoy.
Spiritually aligned.
Yeah, okay, spiritual.
I need to talk to my water.
Yeah, moisturizing, hydrating.
You know that if you talk to your water, it becomes more symmetrical, the molecules do.
You say, okay, water. I know you haven't been drunken yet.
I know you haven't been.
I know you come from the earth and you've gone through a lot of filtering and you've become broken up in particles. Maybe you were a cloud once.
Right.
Maybe you were in a spring for years. Now you're going into my body, which is water, and you are going to be released later in a different form, shape. You'll be a little different, but you'll go somewhere else. Water.
That's so beautiful.
Align my body. Thank you.
Yes, the molecules in water are very disturbed and fragmented, and the minute that you start to talk to them, they take form much like a snowflake.
Hey, water, don't be mad. This is just part of the journey.
It's part of my journey.
I want to know about your comedy journey.
You want to hear about my journey?
Hi, we've got Lizzy Cooperman today. We're discussing her comedy journey. So when did you start your journey in comedy?
We want to talk about my journey.
Well, this is a serious discussion because we don't want to be forced to be on.
We don't want to force it.
No, we're not here to push.
We don't want to be imitations of ourselves.
Yeah, we don't. You know what? I want to be real. I want to be real. I want to feel real
as well.
I want to feel real. Are you feeling real? I want to be me. I want to be me.
I'm feeling actually a little too real.
Really? Like you're feeling raw?
I feel sensitive.
Okay. Let's just take our time. No rush.
There's a little bug crawling across the table.
You want to let it be, or you want it out of your way? And is it on? If you wanted it out of your way, would I be like, okay, let me get it out of your way, or would it be like, it's up to you, get it out of your way? You know, that's where I'm at. I'm like, am I hosting or are we discussing? I mean, I know the answer to this question. It's sort of like a rhetorical to make us both think.
Right.
You know, we're aligning. We're all aligning. I want to talk a little about myself.
Yes.
Last night, to unwind, you know, because I was obviously wound, I needed to unwind. I put on a Colombo. I made a salad prior to the Colombo. It was a healthy salad, and it was a Colombo. It had Richard Kiley in it.
Yeah, what episode was it? What was
it? It was called A Friend Indeed, and Richard Kiley's a police commissioner. So Colombo's he's playing like Colombo's boss.
Have you seen all of them at this point, or was this a new?
I think there's some 90s. I'm going to be honest. You know, I'd love to have it in my known persona because I'm a big Colombo fan. I'd love to have it in my known persona that Josh is a Colombo expert. He's seen all the Colombos. He owns that book about Colombo, every Colombo episode. But there's some 90s ones that I have not seen. But I've seen all the 70s ones.
Okay.
And there's a few I've seen. There's still some 90s ones I haven't seen. Okay. I'm going to be honest. My girlfriend's over there. We got to watch some 90s ones. We got some left. She's going to watch it with me. That's why I want to go on that journey with her.
I want to go on the journey.
Anyway, I watched A Friend Indeed with Richard Kiley, Winding and Unwinding.
Winding and unwinding.
So we have a discussion topic today.
We do have a topic.
Today, my guest is the fabulous Lizzy Cooperman. You know you're fabulous, right? You know I know you're fabulous. You don't need me to set you up. People know. Right. You know I know. And people, maybe people don't know Lizzy. People who are maybe our loyal fan base. We have a loyal fan base in this podcast. It's taken off. Maybe they don't know.
Really?
It's taken off. It's blowing up.
Okay, what are the fans called? Do you have a name for them?
The Deets. Yeah, the name of the podcast you're listening to right now is Here Come the Details. And so the Deeties.
The Deeties.
The detail lovers. What are our podcast Swifties called?
Here come the Deeties.
Detail heads. Yeah, the comers.
Deets.
Oh my God, the Deet is actually a spray that is used to prevent tick bites.
Oh my God.
Or actually they say stay away from the one that has DEET in it, but that is a very potent chemical that I feel assigned to a fan base would.
Are there things we can't discuss?
Power. No, we can talk about it.
We can talk about anything. Now, so how do you feel about DEET?
How do I feel about DEET?
Yeah.
DEET, I have not used the spray.
So you don't mess with DEET even though you don't mess with ticks?
I use an herbal spray that it's homemade.
Oh, you homemade spray?
It has Myers lemon in it.
Ooh.
What is that spray that everyone comes in kind of smelling like?
Patchouli?
Really?
Patchouli.
No.
No?
Really
That was
organic
my
lemon.
first thought,
It's
patchouli.
a specific cleaning supply. Not Myers, but it's the one that's like organic. Mrs. Myers.
Mrs. Myers.
Do you know what
Mary,
I'm talking
Mary
about?
with the Mrs. Myers.
That Whole Foods
Mary said
scent
Mrs. Myers. That's
that
my
you can
girlfriend.
sometimes smell it wafting off a T-shirt.
Ooh, a waft.
Usually
Waft.
off someone who
Write
has an
that down.
autoimmune condition will smell like this type of lemon. I say that as one who is autoimmune.
Wafting. Speaking of
I feel like
wafting,
we
Rob,
always kind of smell like organic lemon skin.
organic lemons.
I was going to say
Lemon skins.
Pledge. Remember Pledge?
Well, I used
Pledge.
some Pledge the other day because I got some new shelves, and I pledged those sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Is it,
I pledge allegiance to this wood.
Mrs. Myers is the
Pleasure.
one that has the font, right? That kind of analog font. Okay. It's very-
Now,
Okay.
today I really want I wanted to discuss with Lizzy the topic of, and we're serious. We're very serious.
Yes.
Yeah, we're in a serious mood. We're in a serious mode. It's a serious Saturday. Saturdays for seriousness. It's
It is a
we're-
holy
it's
day,
being recorded.
Saturday.
It's being recorded any old time. You don't know when this is being recorded, but it's being recorded. And I wanted to discuss the subject of mysticism with Lizzy Cooperman. What is it? Is it secret? I want to know what it is. What does it mean? Where does it come from? Is it new? Is it old? Has it always been there? Is it the meaning of mysticism? What does it mean, and what do you think it means, and what do we think it means?
Can I just tell you, your posture right now
Stressful?
is not mystical.
Okay.
In
Oh.
order to get into this and
Yeah.
to actually understand the meaning of mysticism, I would urge you to put your palms face down and
Yeah.
receive the meaning from the wood.
Okay. The wood, the secret is in the wood. See, that was what I was going to, did I say that I think mysticism is about secretiveness?
Oh, interesting.
I wrote down some of the,
Right.
and maybe I'm just not first of all, I'm trying to be me. Maybe I'm just not a mystical guy, all right?
Right.
And that's why I'm curious. Hey, I'm trying to find out what this mysticism is.
Right.
I think a lot of people are out there confusing mysticism with mythicalism.
Yes, because mysticism is something that you can access.
Oh, but mythical, we don't know. See, I think I might have confused it. I was like, mysticism, it's out there. I think when I think of mysticism, I think the three things I think of that aren't words. I think
Right.
of, ooh, and I think of, oh, and then I think of, shh.
What shape do you see?
Ooh, good question. What shape do I see when I think of mysticism? I see squiggles.
Interesting. Okay, I thought
I
you were
see-
going
I
to
say
say
woo.
triangle.
Oh, I
Do
see
you know all the
squiggles.
homes in your neighborhoods are triangles? In your neighborhood where you grew up?
Oh.
Did you ever notice that before? That's a highly mystical neighborhood.
I don't know if you knew this about us. We have a fact-checking segment.
Okay.
So we discuss it. So you can say whatever you want. You're going to get fact-checked.
Okay.
He's already got a lot of stuff
Was it
written.
the
He's
triangle?
got Columbo written
that
down.
true?
This is a comedy podcast. We're getting a little too serious.
It's not mystical, it's more fascist.
I want to be.
You want to be serious? We're in a serious mode.
I
Well, we can be.
I don't really have anything to say that's not real.
Well, as soon as we start saying, we got to say something.
me.
As soon as we say something that we got to
Yeah.
say, like we're not going to say something real, then we start thinking we get out of the moment. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
Explain
But
that again.
As soon as I think, this is my take.
Yeah.
As soon as we say, we got to say, I got to be not real, and I just want to be real, so therefore I've stopped. I'm in a dead end. Then we're not in the moment. But when we're in the moment and we're saying, all right, we're going to be real. We're in the moment.
This is
We're
so
being real.
interesting because remember yesterday we were talking about how we have a similar sensibility.
Uh-huh.
Our minds work so completely.
But we arrive.
Opposite.
I was saying we have similar sensibility, but we
Yeah.
arrive at them from completely
Yes.
opposite directions.
Yes, I feel like I'm very aware of that right now.
Really?
Yeah.
In a negative way?
No, but
Like,
in a
meaning,
way
like,
where it's like there's definitely like two different materials.
Are we? You think we're pushing up against each other in a?
I think,
in a
I
it's
think
not
we
working?
are oil and water, honey.
So we're separating.
I think we are oil.
But when we put it together, it becomes a great salad.
Yes. Oh yeah, oil and vinegar.
Oh,
Maybe
oil
we're
and water.
vinegar.
Well,
yeah, oil and water.
maybe you just need to speak. Well, same with oil and water.
I think
Water on your
oil-
salad? You never tried it?
I mean, I think water is inherent to lettuce.
So are you saying, Lizzy, that we can't work together on anything?
No, I want to though.
Well, we can
I want
try.
to. We can try
All right,
to.
so we're taking it serious here.
We're here.
But
you
we're
are so good at titles.
What? Oh, yeah?
Josh?
What?
Yes.
Give me some examples on that.
Anytime I've said...
Tell me about me.
Yeah, I'll tell you. One time I had to do this hour-long show, and I asked Josh, what should I call it? And you said, Satan, what was the thing?
I can't remember. Hail
yeah,
Satan.
I don't remember.
Something.
Oh, yeah,
Lizzy.
all hail Satan, love Lizzy. Or what? No.
We can flag it. Rob can look it
All hail
up.
Lizzy Cooperman, love Satan. You came up with that.
Uh-huh.
You came up with... You wrote my album description. You helped me write that,
Really?
which was so fun. You were like, let's travel in a sea of guffaws through the kitchen of intimacy, through the stairway of Snickers.
There's no
into
way I came up with that's too good.
A spoonful of... No, it was so good. It was you and Eddie together.
Wow.
Outside.
You mean, are you telling me I
We were
collaborated with
outside.
Eddie Pepitone?
Yes. Can I bring it up, actually?
Bring it up. Take your time. I'll talk about some of these notes I wrote down about my thoughts on mysticism, and you
Yes,
can
please.
tell me if you have any
Okay.
thoughts. Okay.
Did you know that I studied under the tutelage of a Jewish mystic named Baba Shalom?
Okay. What did you
He
study?
had a cable access show, palm reading.
Okay.
And he discovered me at a coffee shop
Uh-huh.
on the Upper West Side, and he goes, "You are a great writer." And I said, "That's crazy. That's what I want to be doing. I want to be a writer." And then he took me on, and he taught me palm reading.
Uh-huh.
And I worked as his apprentice.
Uh-huh.
And
What are you looking at me? I'm looking at you. My face looks like I'm listening. You stopped because you looked at my face like you were insecure, like I was judging when I was just totally.
uh-huh.
Oh, my was bad? What's wrong with my
Yeah, nothing's wrong. Did I judge your uh-huh?
It looked like as soon as you looked in my eyes,
Josh,
and after
can
I
we
said uh-huh.
Can we fight?
You want to fight? You want to have it out? Are you mad about something?
I could not be less mad at you, actually.
Oh, okay.
No,
Are you flustered?
I'm not mad at all.
Did
I'm
I fluster
not mad
you?
at all. No, I'm not mad at all. And so one time he goes,
Did you feel my vulnerability just there? I was
Yeah,
like,
a little bit.
I was like, oh. I do want to know about Baba Shalom.
Yeah, you would have actually really liked Baba Shalom.
Did Baba
He
Shalom
gave me
pass
some
away?
very bad advice, though, because this I was bartending, and this man said, "Why don't you come live with me and be the nanny to my children?" And I asked Baba Shalom, "Should I do this? Should I move in with this guy?" He was this multimillionaire who lived in this big complex in Tribeca, and he goes, "Move in with this man. This man open his home to you. This man love you." I moved in with this guy. He turned out to be someone who smoked crack every night while watching the made-for-TV version of Angels in America. Every night he'd be and I never even met the kids, and I was supposed to be the nanny. There were no children. And I said, "I'm sorry, I don't understand what I'm doing." And he's like, "You can't leave." He was like, "We still need to get me sober." And he just lie in bed in this decadent silk bathrobe, like lined with fur. And then he had two assistants. One was named Chad, and one was named Chad Lee, and they were brothers. And one night I came home and I was locked out, and there was a note on my door, a purple envelope. This is actually relates to mysticism, I think.
Yes.
It had a purple flower attached. He had stuck a purple flower to the envelope, and I opened it and it said, oh no, the envelope said, "Don't worry, the scary part is over." I think he probably wrote this while high on crack.
This is all true.
All true. Don't worry, the scary part is over. And it was this long letter where he was explaining to me how wonderful I was, but unfortunately, I had to change the locks because we decided to go up to the Hamptons for the weekend. And so I had no place to go.
This was like a long time ago?
Yeah, this was
before we even knew each other.
Before we knew each other, I think. Honey, I think this was 2002.
Honey, that was another lifetime ago.
04. 04, before, yes.
You've been to Tulsa before.
Pre-oil and vinegar. Yes, can I tell you that
Yes, can
too?
you tell me that story?
But can I tell you what happened? So I was locked out. And,
Yes, sorry to interrupt.
And the next morning I came back and there were police cars everywhere. And I said, I had been walking around all night on like no sleep, and I just felt like a feral cat. And I was like, "I'm here, I'm the nanny, I need to get my things." And they go, "You can't go in here." This place was burgled. Is that a verb? Burgle?
Yeah, that's a verb.
This place was burgled last night. You can't go in here. And then later we found out this guy staged a burglary for insurance money. Probably to get more crap.
Get a little
So
more
that
crack.
he could buy the box set of the Angels in America.
But people
But
addicted to
he-
stuff are so clever
Yes.
in coming up with ways to get money. Now, I feel like here's where I feel like you may have gone wrong and may have abused mysticism. Do you mind it? I hope this doesn't
Please,
sound like
I
too
wanna hear
critical.
it.
I think you may have abused mysticism by asking Baba Shalom. Like, you shouldn't have asked him what your destiny was. Baba Shalom is probably giving you mysticism and, to wisdom or whatever.
Are you saying I was asking for it?
Oh, yeah.
I was wearing a mini
No,
skirt
you asked.
when
yeah,
I asked
you were asking for it, honey.
Baba Shalom. Okay.
You're like, I haven't seen Angels
haven't
of America.
seen
And you're like,
it.
he has a copy of it on television. Why don't you go and watch it?
That
You're like,
is
I don't know
very-
anything about Tony Kushner's writing. Well, if he's got the VHS copy, you might as well watch it. I mean, he's a Tony Award-winning writer.
Oh, my
well,
God.
how else are you going to see it? You don't have tickets to the Broadway show.
Well, that's interesting.
You
because
asked him for you asked
Yes.
him, Baba Shalom, what should I do? Why do you gotta, you know
Maybe
that
he
not
taught
to
me
do
about
that.
my journey.
Your journey is to know. Did you learn now?
Because
Your journey
he
is to
taught
know.
me that I should answer for myself.
That's right. And then, so you, if everyone doesn't know, Lizzy Cooperman has a great podcast that you've now deceased.
Yes.
Had an amazing podcast. Go check it out called In Your Hands.
Yes.
Where could you pitch
Yes,
it to me? You don't have
for
to.
1 year of my life, I conducted an experiment wherein the listeners crowdsourced my existence. So every episode, I would give the listeners two choices, and then they would vote. And I would interview an expert on each side. Like one was called Victoria's Secret Pet. Should I work at Victoria's Secret or get a pet and not tell my landlady? And oh my God, you would love my landlady. Did you meet her ever?
No.
Did you guys meet her?
No.
Oh, when she's around guys, she like sticks her butt out.
Oh,
I'd
love to, honey. No, I don't want to meet her at
she's
all.
like-
I don't want to meet her.
She's like very
Ooh,
hard.
I'd hate that.
She's very hard nosed and like this. But the minute a guy walks down the street, she's like, "So you understand what I'm saying?" Like, she just switches when there's any like an inkling of male energy. But
What if you come at her with male energy?
that's interesting.
Stick her butt out? Do you think she'd like you saying this
No,
about her?
she doesn't like when I am direct with her.
No, but would she
Yeah.
like
Oh.
that you talked about her? That's what I'm worried about. Secrets.
Maybe.
Secrets. You'd be like,
Shout
but
out.
maybe you should follow up. But she's great. I love her. Best landlord in ever eyes.
Yeah, she is great.
Oh my God, so great.
She's
She doesn't raise the rent.
Yeah, she does. She has done that actually.
Oh. BITCHEING.
But Baba
Sitting in a tree.
Shalom took me to do a palm reading, to read someone's palm. And this woman was like, I can't leave my mother. My mother's very sick. I can't move out of Queens. I can't leave Queens. My mom's so sick. And I said, let me see your palm. And I go, let me see a picture of your mother. And I go, your mom's not sick. And this woman, her expression changed as though I called her out on a lie.
And then what?
And then Baba Shalom was like, that was incredible. He was like, you saw straight to the core. That was amazing. I think he promoted, he started calling me his apprentice after that. And I would
Baba Shalom was
travel.
a real, he was not
He
a,
wore-
he
he
wasn't
would-
a fraud.
You know what? He wore a bathrobe down the street and he teetered like a vulture, like this.
Was Baba Shalom a fraud? That's what I want to know. Can we trust Baba Shalom?
I don't know. Because what I realized is when he was like, you're going to be a famous writer, I was writing in my journal at the time. So I did give him a clue.
Did he
Right.
also sell hash at the park?
I don't know. I
park was
would
it?
not put it past him. This was at the Hungarian pastry shop.
Yeah.
Are you
Sounds
familiar?
Like, that just sounds
But
like
near Columbia
they used to sell hash.
University.
I wrote down that I think mysticism is wisdom meets spirituality
Wisdom
meets
meets
history. Do you think that's true?
Meets history.
Do you think that's true?
Wait, say it again.
Wisdom meets spirituality meets history. Is that true? I'm making that up.
That's-
I mean, it sounds pretty good. Mary thinks sound good. What do you guys think, interjectors?
Here's the thing.
False.
False. It sounds like
Sounds
it
made
sounds
up.
like I'm just pulling
I
stuff
looked
out.
at the definition, so I shouldn't interject.
Okay,
Yeah, that'd
because
be
we're gonna
cheating.
find out later.
That'd be cheating.
What do you think?
I think without history because All
history.
time
Taken
is
off.
existing at once. Right now, we are living in the past, the present, and the future.
That means someone is
And-
using our present, right? Someone's using
Yeah.
our present for their informing of their future. It's all documented
What?
in the Zohar? I don't know.
Well,
You don't
they
mess with
do
the Zohar?
believe this is a big buzzword right now is quantum leaping.
Ooh, I haven't. Oh, I love the show.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
never saw
I watch that show
Quantum
all the
Leap.
time. Scott Bakula.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're like looking for a new hot phrase, and
Yeah.
whenever you, I haven't heard anyone say quantum leaping.
Really?
Other than since like
My
you know
voice just-
Tuesday on Quantum Leap, Sam has a problem with or whatever.
Yeah, that's
Sam,
it.
you gotta. Oh no,
Dean Stockwell.
my Dean Stockwell impression is also my Columbo impression. Oh, Sam, you gotta. Oh, she never found a. She's gotta. Sam, you've gotta.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh no, she never fell in love after that. Sam, you gotta save her. Oh
Was
boy.
Dean Stockwell doing a Columbo impression for Quantum Leap?
Maybe they're just contemporaries. Good question.
How did Columbo
Mystically
get
Uh-huh.
somehow?
ready for that role?
He
Do you know about that?
You mean what was
Like,
what
how,
was his
how did the
preparation?
actor prepare for that?
Peter Falk?
Yeah.
He's just a good actor.
Just a good actor.
Probably trained. Just
Okay.
Study detective. What? Did you get uncomfortable?
Oh no, I was just thinking about quantum
I
leaping.
release
So the
myself
idea-
from your comfort.
The idea is that multiple timelines exist right now for all of us. For the interruption gallery, for Mary, even for Ian himself.
Wow.
Multiple timelines. And the idea is that you can just switch. You can just go, I'm not Lizzy Cooperman anymore.
I'm Sergeant Peppers.
Yes. And then immediately just go, I'm Sergeant Peppers. And if you just change what you think your life is, that the rest of it will align.
Ronnie Smitherson?
What's
Does
the
this
what,
change?
Yes.
what's
Ronnie
the
Smitherson.
Kabbalah word that we use?
Bread of shame.
Yeah, bread of shame.
Oh, I love bread of shame.
Bread of
Bread of
shame.
shame.
So
Bread of
I
shame.
I at a thrift store one time bought a VHS box set of a like Kabbalah seminar because I thought
Yes.
it was funny, and I was like, I'm gonna make fun of this, and I put it on and I was like, listening, I was like, stupid, that's interesting, bread of shame, that's what that is, okay, bread of shame. What's bread of shame?
Well, it's not a special at Panera, honey.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Oy vey, could I
Bread
get the
of
bread of shame,
shame.
please?
Sounds like
Is
sourdough.
what-
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think here's what I remember.
This is
bread of
the
shame.
third time I've talked about bread
A
of shame
croissant?
this
Okay,
week, by the way.
I'll
because-
remember. I'll tell you what the
Okay,
VHS
yes.
tape
Tell
told
me.
me. Okay, they got some guy Shmuley or or something or other, and he's talking about I'm Jewish, so I can mock Jews like that. I'm not mocking Jews. I am Jewish. I'm just I'm spreading my culture. So bread of shame. He tells this story in this VHS tape, which also starts with this like rap metal type stock music, like pre 9/11 aesthetic with scratchy font, video to scratchy font, Seminar 1. But no voiceover, but it should. Anyway, the bread of shame guy, he's talking about bread of shame. He's like, say you have a good friend. And the good friend, he says, I'm taking you to lunch tomorrow. And you say, okay, great, free lunch? I mean, who wouldn't love that? And he says, but this is the only time you can see this friend, is when he takes you to lunch.
Right.
And every day you say, can we hang out, do something different? Maybe I pay for lunch. And he says, no, only I can pay for lunch, and then we have to go to the same place and eat the same thing, and they only serve that one thing. You might think, hey, that sounds great, free lunch, but eventually you will start to get tired. But you want to see this friend, but you eventually would like a change. And so if you keep taking that free lunch every day, that's bread of shame.
Interesting.
You
Is
know,
this a
meaning like-
metaphor? Are you?
No, this is what's in the VHS
is this
tape.
coded speech about chimera? Chimera?
Oh, yeah, we're at
Okay.
Chimera Cafe.
We're at
Live from Chimera
Cafe.
Cafe in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So that's interesting. Yes, bread of shame is when you get something and you didn't earn it. So that's why they, like in Kabbalah, they talk about kids who are given a lot when they're little, who are spoiled. They tend to become kind of angry or depressed.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you'll be like, why did that guy get into drugs or develop a heroin addiction? He had everything.
Yeah.
He was rich, and all he did was sit around and play video games. If I had that money, I would have done this, this, and this. It's like you have to expand. You are the vessel, and your job is to expand in order to receive more light.
Expand like bread.
Much like bread. And so the bread
You
of
have
shame,
to have the yeast in you.
You've got to have these. You've got to spread your culture.
Spread your culture in order to experience your journey.
For your journey.
I like Lizzy and I talk about we love comedy and we love talking about we're both comedians. We love talking about our comedy journey. Tell me about your journey. How did you start? Tell me about your comedy journey. Your journey to be comedy greatness and comedy. Your journey. Your bread of shame. Tell me about your bread of shame.
Here's another example of bread of shame, but we've talked about this.
Tell me
before,
again, because I forgot it.
Bread of shame is giving someone advice when they didn't ask for it. So anytime you want to say, I've got to give Josh a note on this thing, or I need to tell Josh he shouldn't be, doing this job anymore. I think this situation is bad for him. I'm giving you bread of shame.
Right. I didn't ask for it. I'm not going to be able to receive it anyway.
Yes, you won't be because it's your job to expand your vessel.
Yes. Bread of shame. Sometimes we're talking and you're like, you start to say something, or I say, I'm sorry. Am I bread of shaming you right now?
Yes, we'll say.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Am I giving you bread of shame?
Yeah. Oh my God, am I giving you bread of shame?
I want to tell you something, but I'm afraid I'm giving you bread of shame.
That's a great way to communicate, I think.
I think so too.
Now, stop me if this is bread of shame. I think that'd be a good.
I always go, well, what is it? What's it about?
Yeah, or maybe it says, I think that we got a good enough friendship that we can be like, all right, this might help, take it or leave it. I think that's also a good way to communicate. It's like, can I make an observation?
If we think it's healthy, we'll go, it's Killer Dave's multigrain.
It's Killer Dave's multigrain bread of shame, so it's okay. It's sourdough. So it's got a lower glycemic index.
Glycemic index, so I think you're going to be okay.
It's A1C.
Yes, the glycemic. We'll judge it by glycemic index.
It's
just a slice. Yes, it's thinly sliced.
It's.
What if it's a thinly sliced bagel? It's like it might hurt, but just for a second.
Bread of shame, even a bagel can be bread of shame.
Even a bagel can be bread of shame.
Yes, and that was the other thing that I remember in the videotape. They go, were you still?
There was a phrase that you were saying that I loved. I'm sorry, that I thought you were going to say.
What?
I'm actually use your meaning. Do you remember that?
No.
You were saying that you were like, they kept going in the tape, use your meaning.
I forgot. No, I totally forgot about the tapes.
Oh, okay.
I have them still. But I forgot about them. Time to review my early 2000s new metal Limp Bizkit scored Kabbalah seminar.
The interrupters have been very quiet, and I also have to tell you, I just watched a video on interrupting.
Interjectors. Yes.
Oh, interjectors. Okay.
You guys have a good flow going.
we're learning.
No, I appreciate it, and I also want to tell you that if someone interrupts you, I just learned this morning.
What?
Say, hang on till I get to the end of my story because I think it might make more sense.
That's a good one. Ooh, I'm writing that down. Hang on till I get to the end of my story. Mary, if I interrupt you, you're welcome to say that.
Because I think it might make more sense. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Were you going to finish something I thought it might make more sense?
It might make more sense.
There's also a thing with I feel like on a podcast or like with a chemistry thing, sometimes over talking is a nice thing, and it's comfort. It's same with like you're doing. Over talking can be good.
Yes.
Yeah, you can keep talking.
We're in the water.
Yeah, we're in the water. We're water and molecules. We're water and oil.
We're water and oil.
Oil and water. Vinegar. It's great on a salad.
Yes.
It's good in the body. It's cleaning out the glucose for the A1C.
The other one that I learned, this is from this woman, this girl on Instagram, who's like this blonde Southern with blonde hair like this. She's like, 3 outfits that are appropriate for Thanksgiving. And she'll come out in all these different... And she goes, another thing you can say is, I'm sorry, I think we're talking over each other right now. I'm sorry, I feel like we're talking over each other.
I'm sorry.
So we're not placing the blame. We're just saying, oh, this is just something that's happening. Oh, wait, we're really talking over each other.
The hard thing is like, or the thing that happens the most, that's the most frustrating about the interruption thing, is like, say you're like, so you say you just bring up, because you've got something to say, and you need to preface what you're going to say with something you can't just go right into it. You have to say, so you know how sausages, like, they have casings, right? And then someone just goes, yeah, casings are so interesting. When I lived in Pittsburgh, we used to make da-da-da-da-da, and then you're like, no, I wasn't just giving you a subject to start talking about. I have something to say about casings, and you're going on to your fucking story about casings.
Thinking they brought up this word, a conversation is a hunt for words upon which I can expound.
Yeah.
Great, casing, yeah, interesting because when I was a detective and I used to case the joint.
Do you think Greece the word interesting means future?
Say it again.
Do you know that in Greek the word interesting means future?
Why?
I'm just saying that because you said the word interesting. Like that's an
Was I-
example. Like you go.
Just
you know, it's
interesting. Does that mean now or does that mean past?
interesting. You should say the word now because I've always found the now to be so potent.
Oh, were we doing a bit or were we in reality?
Reality is a funny thing to me personally.
I'm lost.
Oh, I'm doing the thing where I'm looking for a word in what
yeah.
you're saying.
I know, but then as soon as you said that thing, as soon as you started doing the thing, I was like, oh, she's doing a bit. And but then I started thinking
And
the
then
bit
you
is now
started
I
thinking.
have to play the guy who's lost. And then I also had another thought that when us as comedians, and we're talking about like multi levels of existence, when we're doing a bit, we're existing somewhere else. You know what I mean? Do you feel that way, or are we approaching this from
Like
completely
losing
different
your
process?
body, going
No,
out of your
you're
body?
doing a bit. You're in another timeline.
Out of your body.
You're existing, and get inside your body. Are you inside your body right now?
I am very much inside my body. I actually right
That's
now
good.
I feel my head and my toes.
I want to return.
I have an awareness of every limb in my body. This is actually
Does that come
part
from-
of mysticism and part of quantum leaping is opening the center right here and allowing the light to come into you so you become a light body.
allowing
because
allowing Scott Bakula to come into
from
you.
allowing Scott Bakula to come in because then you just become part of it
Oh,
instead of
no.
an individual. You're swimming
Sam.
in the energy of the universe.
She never let the light come
Because
into her.
I have a tendency to separate myself.
Like water, oil.
Yes, I
Um,
do. To other. And I don't want to do that. I'm trying not to do that.
I want to return to the bread of shame that the guy also said that you can also, like in the metaphor that he
Yeah.
gave, the guy's getting lunch every day. And if he accepts that lunch, he's accepting bread of shame. You can also give bread of shame. I guess you said that with the
Wait, but
unsolicited advice
is
thing.
the friend saying, I want to do this?
Well, if you're saying no, the friend is like, I would like to go to dinner sometime. I would like to pick up the check sometime. But the guy who keeps taking you to Panera Bread is like, no, it's got to be Panera Bread, and I got to pick up the
Oh.
check, and we have to eat the same thing. And you can't stray from what that guy's saying. That's bread of shame. You're like, I need some variety here. No. You have to. The only time you can see
Oh.
me, we can't go to the racetrack. We can't go to the movies.
Someone's saying this is what you ordered.
They're controlling the whole damn
Yes.
thing.
Okay, got it. Yes. That's very interesting.
Ooh, interesting. That's interesting. That's very future.
A woman came up to me the other night before a show and she goes,
A beautiful
your
woman.
last show wasn't so good. Hopefully tonight will be better. Right before I went on stage.
Was it better?
I didn't think the other
Did you
one
let it
was that
affect you,
bad.
or were you
It
like,
was-
what a dummy, what a dope?
I said, please don't talk to me right now.
Oh, good.
I said that.
It's hard to be rude sometimes for me. So it's hard to be. Sometimes I just want to be rude because you can't think of other language.
I'm learning. You don't have to explain.
Right.
Please don't talk to me right now. I'm just asking you to not talk to me.
Please don't talk
I
to me
didn't
right
say you're bad.
now. Please don't talk to me right now.
I just said I don't want this.
Please don't talk to me.
I'm sending the food of your
Wayne's?
personality back to the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Or your
Yeah,
comment.
I'm
the
sending
food of
this
your
back.
comment.
See,
back
that's
to
the thing.
kitchen.
Sending the food back is notoriously thought of.
Oh.
It's thought of. I guess some people consider it rude, and some people consider it. You know what? I paid for it, and this is what I paid for, and I'm paying for what I want, and I didn't get what I want, so I'm sending it back. Rob, how do you feel about sending stuff back?
I'll do it.
You'll send it back too, as someone
I
who's worked
send
in the service industry. You're like, sending it back. It's not right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, do you do it like if anything's wrong, or you're like, it's good enough?
I'll definitely take good enough, but if it's not what I asked for, then
Yeah.
I'll send it back.
Yeah.
Said no fucking parsley.
I said no parsley. Now, parsley is very good for you.
My thing is, I hate lukewarm soup. I always order soup extra hot.
I just thought of a name like a musician, like Luke. Warm
warm
soup. What's up? Hey, I'm Luke
Do you know
Warm
what I
Soup.
mean?
I'm
I
gonna
want
be
it
playing for you tonight.
broiling. I want to be able to walk. I want to control. Maybe I'm bread of shaming the soup in a way because I want to control the temperature
Now,
decrease.
is the
I want to
soup
get in at the exact
An
exact
entity that
perfect
is
temperature.
giving, receiving the soup. You want you're bread of shaming the soup. The soup didn't ask for that. Does the soup
Yes.
have, what's the word, consciousness? Does the
Yes,
soup
if you
have...
talk to your soup just like you
Oh, yeah,
talk
gotta
to
talk
water.
to the water. Hi, water. Hello,
Well, you
water.
basically say thank you is what you're saying.
Oh.
If you thank, actually, if
But
you
you
thank the water, it's supposed to be more hydrating. And you can learn this also from the movie What the Bleep Do We Know?
I never saw that movie, but it did go out a lot when I first started working at Cinephile.
Oh, interesting.
video
I
store
think you
in
might
Los
like
Angeles.
that movie. Okay, want to hear another Kabbalistic lesson?
Yeah, please.
I hope I'm not broad of shaming the deets right now.
Okay, I don't want to hear. Now, I think I think if someone's listening right now or watching right now, they want it. So,
Pause.
you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I interrupted
They
your
want it.
thought.
They
I
want
just
it.
thought that was an important interjection. I also want to go back to that thought and hold on to your thought. I know
I'm
you haven't
holding
gotten
on
to the
to it.
point yet, but I just want to go. I
my
like
God,
the
I'm having a
overlapping
memory.
dialogue.
I'm
Am I
having a
causing you
memory.
anxiety? Did you forget?
No,
what
I'm
you
having
said?
a memory.
Oh, of another time I interrupted you?
One time I was in a Kabbalah class because I took so many levels during the pandemic. I just kept taking Kabbalah classes.
Uh-huh. Hey, where's
And-
our... oh, go on. Sorry.
I was in a class and this teacher goes, if you really want something, he goes, imagine you are just staring into the eyes of God and really say it. Like stare, get a clear picture of the eyes of God and really believe that you're staring into the eyes of God. And I did that, and something I wanted, it came true within 24 hours. The thing I wanted, which it was an opportunity, I'll just say.
Opportunity, showbiz. We got to make it
It
capitalism.
was an opportunity. Something came in within 24 hours, like a big thing. And I thought, that's crazy. So the next day I went to the Kabbalah class and the teacher said, does anyone have anything to share at the end? Is that your trach? Your 80s trach? Well,
No, I'm listening. I'm taking it in.
We were
Comedy bit. I
talking
put my
about how
microphone in my
comedians
throat.
used to do
Hello,
that.
I'm a comedian from the 80s.
Oh,
I'm doing a comedy bit where I make fun of someone with the trachea thing. Hey,
It
I
was
smoked
always
too
the
much.
uncle, too.
What's that?
Hey, I'm the uncle at the Thanksgiving dinner. I smoked too much cigarettes. Ha 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 ha.
Sorry. I was listening, and then
No,
it looked like I
loved
wasn't
it.
listening,
loved
and then
it.
that made me
I know.
stop
I
listening.
loved it, and I've never seen the microphone used in that capacity before. Or I've never done this with my hands either.
You've never seen the microphone?
I don't think I've ever done this before. I look like
Ooh,
the
that's
microphone.
a good pose. That's a good
I
pose.
feel like I look like
That's
the
a good
microphone.
pose. Someone getting a picture of that pose. That's a good pose.
Kabbalistic pose.
This is so Kabbalistic.
Eye
right
of
now.
God. Wait, did you finish your Eye of God anecdote? What is that? Is that an
No.
expression? You
Oh,
you got
I have
what
got
you
it.
wanted.
Okay, so I got what I wanted. So I went back to the class. I went back to the class. This is kind of weird. And I said, at the end of class, he goes, does anybody have anything that they want to share before the end of class? I was like, you know what? I'm going to tell people that worked because maybe then if they didn't try it, they'll try it. So I said, last night, I stared into the eyes of God. I said, they look like a tiger's eyes. And I stared into them, and I really felt it. And it worked, what you were saying. And he goes, what do you mean what I was saying? He goes, I didn't say that. And I said, no, you did say that. And he goes, what are you talking? He got upset with me, the teacher. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, no, you said that yesterday. And he goes, when did I say? He goes, we didn't have class yesterday. Guess what, guys? I was teaching a lesson to Kabbalah 2 from Kabbalah 5. Because I was taking both courses at the same time. And he was mad that I imparted this advanced wisdom onto mere Kabbalah 2 students.
Oh, they couldn't comprehend it.
Yeah, they couldn't comprehend
Why
it.
were you taking 2 and 5
he was
at the
like,
same
we don't
time?
talk. We don't talk.
No,
talking about that.
this
We're not talking
is
about
not
that.
where it's going. This is not where it's going, my friend.
Yes, because also, do you know you're not supposed to study Kabbalah until you're 40 years old?
Uh-huh.
If there are any deets out there,
And
practice
you're only 32.
safe Kabbalism. Wear a yarmulke on your.
Why would you take 2 and 5 at the same time? Were you refreshing 2? Or were you just trying to...
I don't remember.
Is it because time is not
I
existing and
retook-
we're in
I
the future and the
retook-
past at the same time? So
Well-
you're like, might as well take 5 and 2 at the same time?
Here's another thing. They give you videos too. So you take the class and then you can access them at any time. So I may have been watching something and then went back and took a class. I did retake courses, yes.
Right, you need those refreshers.
Yeah.
Maybe you should just borrow my
They
VHS.
say come back, they encourage it.
Oh, yeah, come back and pay. Pay
back and
for
pay.
the courses.
It
Come
was
back
pay
and
what you
spend your
want.
hard-earned... Pay what you can.
Why did I take Kabbalah too? One word, Madonna.
Madonna, Ashton Kutcher.
She was in there on the Zoom.
She was on the Zoom? Hey, guys. Are you guys into the groove of Kabbalah? Does Madonna still like Kabbalah?
I think so.
We got to fact check that. She's
Yeah.
still into Kabbalah.
She feels like a ray of light. I wonder if that's where that came from, because that whole album,
It
Ray
totally
of Light,
gotta be where she
has
came
to be.
Think of a little ray of light.
Honestly, probably my least favorite.
That's your
era.
least favorite Madonna?
I think it's my least favorite era. I was like, we don't need a cowgirl Madonna.
That era, the cowgirl came afterwards.
And it is
Cowgirl came right afterwards.
that was Ray of Light when she was dressed in denim with the hat.
I thought
Rob,
that
is that
music,
right?
music makes the people was it bear down. That was when
Oh,
she
yeah.
dressed like a cowgirl. And it didn't. Were those,
Oh.
I think there's a
Oh,
separated
was
by
it?
a year.
Okay, I don't
So,
know.
but she just slowly transitioned
Yeah.
the low cut denim jeans to the cowgirl version.
Yes.
Were
They were low cut. Yeah, you're right. That's right. Yes. And I feel that there was a belt. Wasn't there a belt buckle that you're inheriting right now with an AF on it that says AF?
Oh, I inherited it already. It said Albert. Yeah, my grandfather's
like-
name was Albert Fadem.
I
and
was
there's a belt.
Albert AF.
Yeah, yeah. And I said the other night, I was like, I have the belt buckle with AF on it, and you're like AF. Belt buckle
From your
AF.
grandpa.
Keeping pants on AF.
I love.
I'm keeping my pants on.
I
as fuck.
went to bed, not in a sexual, but I went to bed thinking about your family.
Oh.
I fell asleep being like,
Do you feel like welcome, like you're part of my
Fadems.
family? I welcomed Lizzy
think-
Cooperman to my family.
I had Thanksgiving.
with the Fadems.
That was my journey.
Jack was there too. Jack's part of the
was
family.
there. It was
Jack is
so
part of the Fadem
fun.
family.
I had my first cranberry Jello. That was mystical.
No, was the Jello cranberry?
skipped
I didn't
that.
have it. I
There were-
gotta keep my A1C
There
down.
were two. This was a very cranberry centric Thanksgiving. There was a dish full of kind of diced cranberries, and then there was a 1970s mold where it was almost pink with floating pieces of cranberry within.
Mystic Pizza.
Oh,
You seen it? It was on TV the other day. I kind of half was watching.
I
some
want
of it.
that. Yes,
You want
I
a slice of
I
pizza?
love that relationship between the redheaded guy. Oh no, actually, isn't she the babysitter and she has an affair with the guy?
Annabeth Gish
Yes.
and Vincent D'Onofrio.
And he has a telescope. The redheaded.
Is it Vincent D'Onofrio? Anyone back
don't
me up?
know.
Mystic Pizza. I don't know. I was only half watching, but I did
Yeah,
notice
what is
Vincent
it?
D'Onofrio was in great shape.
Writing
Okay,
it
how
down.
about Mystic
You know
River?
who-
Mystic River.
What about Lily Taylor? Or
I
who's
do
the
know
girl with the
Madonna's
long
a
hair? Who's
doctor.
like,
Yeah,
"Right there, at the dock. She's so cute. And then she has the tall boyfriend. who's kind of
Vincent
like-
D'Onofrio.
Oh, that's him. So no. There's another couple. Annabeth Gish and the red-headed guy who wears the professorial guy
Yeah,
with the
God,
sweater.
I'm blanking on who the hell.
Very
that
handsome.
is. Who is it? Can't remember. Yeah, so that pizza's got nothing to do. It's because
I'm
it
gonna say, I
takes
think
place in a
Julia
town called
Roberts was
Mystic.
that's the one movie, Julia Roberts movie, where I think she was probably the least memorable character.
It was just a gig. She wasn't quite the star yet.
Right.
They were stifling her. They
Oh,
were
I
sitting
see,
on
I
her.
see.
I wonder if the other people were like, I'm the star, and Julia Roberts has a supporting role, and Julia Roberts is like, little do they know.
But her hair does go like this when she delivers the pizza.
Well, that's why, right.
It's
That's why
always
she's a
like
star.
a giant fluff.
They were like, that fluff girl.
The fluff.
She's not sleeping with the enemy.
She's not-
Um,
so this mysticism.
yes.
Now we are.
What does it mean? I think we know what it means. Okay, so it's. But now, is mysticism? I
We've
wrote
moved
this down.
into a fire sign. Now we are in the sign of Sagittarius.
Oh yeah, what does that mean?
It's a very kind of sexy, aggressive sign astrologically.
So we're sexy and aggressive right now.
We're sexy and aggressive. Yeah.
Okay.
During cuffing season.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
cuffing.
What's cuffing season mean?
Cuffing means like you
Cuddly?
want to.
Yeah, sorry.
No, say.
Yeah, it's kind of cuddly time.
Oh, it's cuddly.
Yeah, like you're
Cuffed up.
looking for someone to like spoon you
You're
and be
looking
in
to
bed with
clink
you.
in.
You want to be in a fire with your legs crossed.
So it's not just penis in vagina. It's not just cuffing
it's
a penis
more
into
just
a
like I
vagina.
want
It's a
to
little
be in a
more-
relationship for the holiday, and I want someone to go like this with.
It's a little more cuddly.
It
And
is
then-
sexual. It has a film
just a
on
little
it.
bit.
It does have the pajama BO.
I think it
on
should be called something else. Yes, the body, the family, the
It has the
Christmas.
family
you
panel.
You mind discussing your funny joke about
Yes.
Christmas?
I say if you like Christmas, you want to fuck your family. Because there is no reason you should be wearing flannel with your dad. And I believe that. I feel like it's too thin a fabric. And I feel like there's always a sister who's like, I just started jogging this year. It's like no bra, and she's just like, like she has like a top knot, and she's like, let's watch Love Actually.
Yeah.
And it's just a very
watch it.
sexual holiday. Like it's familial. There's pajama BO, like hanging out in nightwear. smell,
yeah,
like kind of a
presents are open.
smell of it's either soup or it's emanating off the skin. You can't really distinguish where these smells are coming from, and coming down, and let's stay in our pajamas all day. Like, that's grotesque. Shower,
That's
put
sweat.
on something with a zipper, Father.
I'm thinking for the man
Hard.
experience, think about
Even the hat, like a Santa hat that's made of felt, is somehow involved. Like, everything is just this bedtime material.
It probably-
It's all wafting, steamy scents of like cinnamon sticks and squash soup, and just like, oh, like it's like you're breathing in an incestuous humidifier.
it's probably all cheaply made, like polyester now too. You know.
Yes.
So like flannel normally
Yes.
cotton? Is flannel
Even
normally
the
cotton?
idea of a man
Flannel's normally cotton, so you get this like
dressed-
poly flannel.
Think about Santa in his outfit and how long he's been sitting in that chair with his like gut rot and like
All the little children sitting on his all the damp bodied
The
butts
barn animals.
all the butts that have been on there.
on Santa's thigh.
Those sticky deer.
Yes,
Nasty.
the deer. Oh yeah, the deer. I had a friend who lived here,
Okay.
who I came to visit.
This was a long time.
This
We're
is a-
talking.
this is
even
like
if this
20
this is
years
22
ago.
years ago. We're talking.
This person's never gonna see this.
and if they do, you know what? 22 years ago,
if they
grow
do,
up.
I respect you. I think you're great, and I
22
truly
years ago, grow up, have a laugh.
had so much fun with you.
Have a laugh. You got a sense of humor, don't you? Have a laugh.
Have a laugh.
Yeah.
This is
This is a
deeply
funny story.
It's a funny story. It is personal.
It's personal.
We
and
went.
You're not
yes.
being named. No one's being
No
named.
one's being named.
No names.
And I have a lot of friends from here.
Yeah. So this could
So
be
it could be
anyone.
anyone.
This could be anyone.
It could be anyone.
Could be
And
anyone in
I've
this
dated.
room.
I've dated 3 guys who lived here.
This could be anyone here.
It could be anyone here.
Really?
So-
Who lived here? Now I want to know their names too. Who are the 3? Oh, okay. Okay, we're doing a bit. This is in another
Well,
reality.
Yeah,
timeline.
we're even in another reality.
We're
This is-
rewriting
this
history.
may or may not
this
be
is
true.
a mystical.
Oh wait, I'm channeling a story.
Ooh. Oh, yes. Now, have you ever been in a bathroom with a Goyish imam?
Yes. So we went to church. This is a very religious family, and afterward, the mom was like, I said, I'm going to go use the restroom. She goes, I'll come with you. We go to the bathroom. We're washing our hands. She goes, nobody knows this. She's like, I haven't told anyone in my family, but I've had 2 abortions. And I was like, why is she telling me? And I realized it was because I'm Jewish or like I'm liberal. I probably smelled like smoke too. She was probably just like this wild like whore in my home. I can tell her anything. And I felt like she had been holding it in for years. Thinking that's like how I party. It's like being
like, oh, that's how
what
I
are you
wanted.
doing
That's
later
cool."
today? Do you want to head down to PP like at 3? Let's book one. Let's get side by side abortions. Can we get a couple's abortion? And then we'll get our
Girlfriend's abortion.
pedicure, a
It's like
petty
going to the
abortion,
spa.
a petty abortion.
Yeah,
We get our
petty
toes
Yeah.
done.
We're going to Wee Spa to get a. What do they call
the
the
thing
one?
is, I don't know if her son even knows. I maybe.
You mean
I
her
can't-
daughter? Because
Oh right,
because
because it was a friend. It was a friend.
Yeah, it was a friend.
Yeah, her son or daughter. I don't even know, but it was so shocking to me.
And this was in Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah,
not
and this
Tulsa,
was in
Oklahoma.
Tucson. This was in
Yeah.
Tucson.
People always mistake Tulsa for Tucson. That's not interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going on to something
no,
else.
No. Oh, do they really?
Oh, you think it's interesting?
Interesting. It's funny that you should bring up
Oh,
Tucson.
yeah. Okay.
Yes.
We're in the future.
I've heard they have got a great cactus salad there. P.S. Don't eat. This is a PSA. Don't eat cactus salad.
Why?
There was a story in the news that maybe someone wants to look this up, but all these people ate cactus that had been left out too long and they died. This was recently at a party.
Is
was
it
a-
don't
was-
eat cactus or don't eat something left out too long?
I think it was
Or don't leave cactus out too
something
long, you
about
mean.
the specific cactus salad that someone brought to a potluck. Don't go to potlucks. Those are kind of Christmassy too.
Yeah.
That has that same like stirring macaroni. Like you don't know what. As someone's preparing food, unless it's in a kitchen and they're witnesses, someone alone in their home making a cake can be like this. It's like,
They can be like, this is
what I think of everyone. You want
me to bring something.
yeah, just like
I
this.
touched a crevice of my body.
I had a friend who used to
and I dipped it
go
in
like this. I don't even want to do it, but like we would be eating and she would be like,
Yeah, don't
Suck
do
the whole finger.
that. Don't do that.
Don't suck the whole. I was like, why is the food going down
the
and
finger
that
in there.
far? Yes, I don't like the. I don't like a
deep
licking
throat
of the
finger.
fingers. Don't lick your fingers. Don't.
Don't put
If
your
you're
fingers
alone,
in food. That's for everyone.
publicly, especially to go like this and lick a finger publicly to me is like admit it. It's an admittance that you're an animal.
Well, we are all animals.
We
let's be
are
honest.
animals.
We are
but
animals.
when we're
let's be honest.
together, we show respect. A sign of respect, and that's why they say Trump smells bad.
Oh, really?
Because he doesn't shower. Did you hear this? There's a quote that says he smells like baby powder, ketchup, and poop.
Wow.
Mixed.
Henry, he's a real Henry VIII.
Like a little kid.
And
let's get
because
off Trump. That's boring.
Because showering is a sign of respect for others. I'm just saying, as the finger licking, the act of licking your fingers, I think, and picking your nose as well.
Nose picking, gross. I mean, nose pickers.
Do what you
sometimes-
want in your car alone, and keep some sanitizer.
Sanitizer.
Yeah.
Wash your hands. I always wash
Yes.
my hands before anything important.
Yeah.
I always go pee before anything important.
Yes.
Because I don't want urine in there.
You go pee before anything.
I don't want urine in there. I went and peed before we
You don't
started
want
talking.
when you're in there?
I don't want urine in there. I don't want urine in there. I don't want urine in there. I don't want. How about linguistics? That's fun. Mike Kaplan, he's good at that.
Oh, he's great at that. I love his messages.
Oh, yeah,
His
you do?
texts
Yes. He
that
goes,
we-
hey, friend, I
go,
love you.
Hey, friend, I love you.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Sometimes I'm like, I don't respond, but I'm like, that's
Yeah.
nice. I don't have time to respond, but
Yeah,
that's
it's
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
It's really sweet.
Hi,
yeah.
friend. I hope you're doing well.
He's
I
good.
love you.
Zach Sherman's great at linguistics as well. And
Oh, yeah. Those two are like
they're
linguistic buddies.
great friends. And Zach is very into the anagram, word spelled forward and backward.
Oh, we got to get Zach over here.
Oh, Zach would
These
be
are
wonderful.
two mensches. These are two
These
super mensches. We're talking about two
lovely
mensches, Mike
people.
Kaplan and Zach Sherwin.
in some ways is my personal rabbi. I've called him for advice many times.
Now, but I want to go back to that
And he's a
part.
good rapper. Remember,
Remember he can rap.
He was MC Mr. Napkins. He had a song called "The Aggressive Bee." Do you remember that?
No.
There is
No.
a fellow with a ring.
But
up
he's
top
helped me
and a
too.
ring.
When I was in turmoil, he was, he's a very rabbinical gentleman.
Yes.
But now, I want to return to that concept of asking someone your destiny versus being able to learn, like, it is my job to discern between
Oh.
these options.
Yeah.
No, you don't
The
want to talk about
quantum
that? You said,
leaping. No, the
like that
quantum
O.
leaping.
I got that O
Oh, you
said,
know
never,
what?
we don't want to talk about
Do you
this.
know
No,
what
the
that
O.
was? Do you know what that
You said, oh, what?
That's my pen.
What? That's my pen.
That's your pen.
That's your
pen.
Here's a pen. No, that's your
my
pen. I want my pen.
I'm on my pen because
People don't know
I
this
said,
reference.
'cause it's from Jerry's Secret. Watch the video. It's the funniest thing I've
YouTube.
ever seen. It stars Josh FADEM and hilarious.
It's
it's an ensemble.
It's an ensemble.
Exactly.
I love an ensemble
Johnny Pearson,
comedy.
Demorge
Now,
Brown.
and Nick Carassi, Doug Jones.
Oh yes.
I hope
one
there's not a
more.
funny
There's one
person
more.
that we're leaving out. Oh man, they're all funny. Nick Michaels shot it and directed it.
Oh,
and
then maybe
edited
it was just the four of you.
Let's see. I got one.
And when Nick goes, I was trying to make it with Sue. I've been trying to make it
I've been
with
trying
Sue.
to make it with Sue.
He goes, I've been trying to make it with Sue. And
That's
she
funny.
goes, ah, ha, ha, ha. Like she can't stop
That's fun.
laughing.
Jenny Pearson. I
She
love
is
Jenny
so
Pearson so
funny.
much. That's one of the funniest. That's to me one of the things I had the most fun making. And of course, people I showed it was watch this video. I'm very proud of it. And people go, oh, it's funny.
No. It's not.
They think
just,
it's okay.
No.
They think it's okay.
It's not just funny. It's
They think it's okay.
It's the funniest thing I.
Well, it's for you.
It's for me.
It's for you.
It's
That's
for
the
me.
thing. Certain things are for, like I went and saw, Wicked. I go, this is not
You go
for
like
me.
this. You go, yeah.
I said,
You're-
oh,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
you're like in it. Yeah. Oh no. I gotta hear mine
What did I
translate.
just say? I circled back to a thing.
Okay. Oh, the
Oh,
quantum
yeah.
leaping. The reason I said "oh" was my mind was still on the
That's okay.
story, on a story, and so I was having a wistful. Now that's quantum leaping because we had two parallels. We had two moments crossing.
Yeah.
We had oil and water there, so I was
Yeah, but
still
I think
thinking about is
communication-
that person going to watch this? And you go, I want to talk about quantum leaping. I go, oh, and my mind wasn't on you.
But isn't it interesting isn't it futuristic that that a lot of this can be solved with like communication, language. If we all studied linguistics and had the skill of, or some of the, at least the knowledge, the ability of like a Zach Sherwin or a Mike Kaplan to use our language to figure, I think, like you're not always going to know what's what the best choice is, but you can discern. You can use your thought like, okay, what are some? Okay, we got option one, we got door number one, we got door number two, we got the red pill or the green pill, and like if I take the red pill, well, here's going to be. Let me do some research. Is that red dye number 40? What are some consequences of that? If I take the green pill, well, is it put them together? Is it Christmas in Albuquerque? You know you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like the movie Sliding Doors by chance?
I never saw it. Is it different from the movie
love
Bounce?
this.
Is it different from the movie Bounce?
And it's kind of like Run the Run.
When you have a joke about I'm gonna bounce, do you think about the movie Bounce with Ben Affleck?
No, I've never seen that movie.
Isn't the movie Bounce about like also sliding doors? Anyone
it?
seen Bounce? Evan, you seen Bounce? Are you texting a friend? Or are you texting?
Yeah, I'm doing a little business. Yeah, about the show. It's for the show.
Oh, it's for the show. He's doing
Oh.
work. Okay, so he's our talent coordinator.
Evan,
He's booking talent.
Evan 11.
You're booked by Evan. He made your deal.
Yeah.
It's Evan 11, Make a Wish.
Evan 11, make a wish.
Man, you guys have some good subject matter today. What do you
Okay.
want to look back on?
Well, you tell me what's your most. I mean, you've got equal parts in this. This is Rob's our producer, so.
You want to get a definition of mysticism?
So the shortened version, like straight to the point, union with the absolute.
Ooh, union.
Union with the absolute.
What does that mean?
Union.
So that's
I need a definition for the
That's
definition.
basically the concise version of mysticism as it stands.
What's the non-concise version? we got all the time in the world.
Wordier with it.
No.
I would need a more verbose definition. Pretend if Zach Sherwin or Mike Kaplan were to answer that question, what would they say?
I was confused on the cuffing season thing. See, I thought it meant like handcuffs. Like
I always think
No.
of
You know.
cufflinks. When I think of
Cufflinks?
cufflinks,
Like a
I think of
bondage
cufflinks.
season.
Yeah.
It's a bondage season.
I thought it was like you're in a
Bondage season.
flirtation ship.
Whipping season. I think of Betty Page. Ooh, I like Betty Page.
Yeah.
Oh, me, I love a Betty Page haircut.
Remember when Suicide Girls was such a big thing?
Did it go out?
Like,
I don't know.
Like, there are girls out there with so many tattoos.
Okay,
It you got died.
me Suicide Girls in my browser.
There are girls who will wear a bustier and they have tattoos.
Suicide Girls in my browser. You caught me. Bread of
Have you ever?
damn.
Oh, I guess.
Okay,
'cause you
she's
don't.
giving me bread of shame. but I'm
I've come across secret files before and been like, this is what. I dated someone and I found their file and it was all like a girl wearing a shirt that said like nerd, and I was like,
What's your fantasy? What's your fantasy?
I think it said nerd.
All I want to do is sit down and watch Quantum Leap all
He
day.
needed it very spelled out.
Nerd. Yeah. Get it? Nerd.
This girl's a fucking nerd. Got it. Got that straight.
I like you because you're a nerd.
Yeah.
You're a nerd.
People, when people used to go, well, your type, you're quirky. Like when I moved to LA, people were like, your type is that you're quirky.
Yeah, you're quirky. I get nerd auditions to this day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
the
I'm so
nerd audition.
manly. People see me and they think people see me and they think nerd glasses, nerd. There was a series of parts for years that would always be like, I'm typing.
I'm
What do you
typing.
want? I'm annoyed with you.
What do you want?
You're so dumb, and I'm the expert.
Right.
And I would never book them. But I'd still get the auditions.
What the Sam
I'm the
Hill?
expert. I'm the techie expert, and you're the one who's handsome, and I think that you are dumb. You know, that would be the
And
the
you
part.
are the one who's handsome.
You are
I think
actually
you're
the dumb one, and you are so handsome. And I've got game. The girl, she likes me instead. I have no idea. I am so clueless. Type.
Likes me instead.
Do you have enough RAM in your hard drive? Type.
Oh, right.
All right. So attainment of insight in ultimate or hidden truths.
Attainment. Give it some
Wow.
attainment. Say it one more time.
Attainment
That's attainment.
of insight.
Attainment of insight. So I'm
Attainment.
trying to attain some insight through
To human transformation supported by various practices and experiences.
human transformation supported by various practices and experience.
Human
That's just life, baby.
transformation.
Mysticism is life. You got to transform as you're going, or you're dying if you don't
Human
transform.
transformation changed by experience?
So just to keep on our definitions,
Yes.
I looked into the root of interesting,
Yeah.
which is the word interest.
Uh-huh.
And it is to induce or persuade, to participate or engage. But I really like the second definition, which is not willing to be a bystander.
Not willing to be a bystander.
Wow.
If you're
Interest.
interest. So if you're a bystander, you just let it pass you. I'm
I
just
disagree
bystanding.
with that because if I'm just interested but not doing anything, I'm a bystander.
If you're interested, you're not a bystander.
Really? Wait, so if you're interested, you're
You're in it. You're
in
there.
it. You're in
You're
it.
participating. If you're taking in the information, I'm interested,
I like
so
the
I'm listening.
union definition better. What was that?
Now, that was
Back to the mysticism.
that. We're going back to the mysticism.
Oh.
Right now, we're talking
Oh.
about.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right.
We're
But I
on the
liked-
definition of the Greek.
Of interest. Right.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So if you're, if we're saying the bystander is that you are not taking anything in, then that's the bystanding. But you can be a bystander. You can be a witness. Maybe
my
maybe
God.
they should have said witness. I wanted to also say something about the rapper Mystical. He's was on the No Limit Records, and he is in that song, "Make 'Em Say And,
Mystical. He rapped real fast.
Make
he's a
'em
fast
say
rapper.
He's great. He's one of my favorites from.
But beyond fast, he was like, he kind of sounded like James Brown.
Yeah.
You know, and that was pretty cool. And I wonder why he called himself Mystical.
Can I talk about licking my fingers? I've got this dirty napkin here. I'm like, I really hate when people lick their goddamn fingers. Sorry, I'm disgusting about that.
Hit us
Anyway.
with some smoke, Rob. Hit us with some smoke.
I think Mystical had an album called Mind of Mystical, and it was like his head, but there was a puzzle piece missing from his head.
That's right. That was cool. I never thought about. I never bought a Mystical album, but I did like his rapping.
More.
Yeah. This is nice. I like the way this crawls up the wall.
I like the way this crawls as well.
Yeah, this is a crawl. This is great. Look at the way this
This
crawls.
looks very mystical.
There's something very.
Hey, we mentioned Sgt. Pepper's about being a version of yourself, and then there's also the Magical Mystery Tour. I like the Beatles. I think they're a classic band.
There's something very freeing about being shrouded in smoke.
Yeah, you feel safe? You feel protected? I think we should wrap it up, don't you think? Or are there any more fact checks of importance?
Do you know Madonna's adopted Kabbalah name?
No.
Oh.
Esther.
Esther Ciccone?
Oh, I think I actually did. I think I actually did
Esther.
know that.
So we're done, right? That's everything?
That's it.
All right.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you, Lizzy Cooperman, on our great discussion of
Thank
what the meaning of
you.
mysticism is. This has been a wonderful experience.
Right, thank you.
And
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Anything else you need? Anything you want to plug? I don't
Anything
think it's
I
going to
wanna
be in time
plug?
for the see your show.
I don't think it's going to be in time. Go to my website. I've got LizzyCooperman.com. You can
.com.
get some show dates there. And I'll be seeing you.
I'll
be seeing you on the website.
Podcast, and follow on the internet.
Yes.
At Lizzy Cooperman.
Follow me at Lizzy Cooperman on Instagram. I love Threads.
You loved it or you left it?
I love Threads.
She's on Threads. You can find her on
I
Threads.
dipped my toe into blue sky, but I've not figured out my commitment level as of yet.
Yeah, I just kind of
But
post the same thing on both.
Oh, you're posting double? So I was
I'm double
wondering if I
posting,
should
and
do that or
sometimes
not.
I'll do a different version on one or the other.
So what if they see and they think I'm Xeroxing?
I don't care. I mean, to me, I don't care.
It doesn't matter. It truly doesn't.
Well, this is so much fun.
Thank
I could keep
you.
doing it, but I say we pull the plug.
Thanks again for joining us for Here Come the Details, a podcast show with Josh FADEM. This is your producer, Rob Stewart. I'd like to shout out to those who made today's episode possible: Ethan Cooper, Ian Upton, Jeremy Lamberton, Marcia Newmeyer, Rob Patterson, Rodney Asher, and our theme music is done by Brian Gerges and Dean Minta. We'll see you next week.